So this is my review of The Mandalorian episode 3 titled The Sin. Now if you've not seen this episode and you want to, this is going to be a full spoiler review, so if you want to see it and you don't want anything spoiled for you, don't watch this review. But now that you've been warned, there are spoilers in this review. Before the episode even kicks on, we get that little logo of all the Star Wars characters. You kind of get like Darth Vader, you get C-3PO and the Mandalorian. It kind of flips through all and then comes up Star Wars, and it's very reminiscent of the MCU logo before every MCU movie, and I'm a really big fan of it. I kind of hope they do take this and they add it to the movies, not the episode movies, but I know they're going to be doing a lot of spin-off movies now that the saga is over. I kind of hope that they do add that kind of intro to the movies because I really enjoy it. It's something I wasn't really expecting them to do with this show, but now that they've done it, I'm a pretty big fan of it. But then after that kind of happens, he makes his way, the Mandalorian makes his way to the, I don't know what, I can't remember what, whoever is looking for Baby Yoda, he makes his way there and he actually gives him Baby Yoda, but you can tell by him, he's very reluctant and he doesn't want to do it, he's just doing it just because it's a job and he feels like he has to. But then he takes the bounty, the payment he gets off him, and he goes back to the, I think it's called the blacksmith they call him, and then they make his suit and they make his suit look 100% better. Like the suit before, it looks like to me that he killed people and he took parts of their suits and added them onto him because it didn't look as well. But now that like he's actually melted down all that metal, added to a suit, it just looks 100% better. Especially his chest plate, that just looks a lot better now than what it did before it got damaged within episode 2. I'm pretty sure before it got damaged it looked kind of shitty, but now it just looks really good and it looks really like, in a way it kind of looks a lot more like Boba Fett's armor now. So then the Mandalorian actually goes back to the kind of pub he was in at the very start of the season when he actually met, I don't know the character's name, but Apollo Creed. He meets him and he gets more bounties off him. So then he takes all the bounties and he makes his way back to a ship. He's about to take off, but then he's about to, I don't know what the handle was, but he's about to do something with the handle. But earlier on, the little Baby Yoda actually took the top of the handle off and he was playing with it. And he looked at it, he just kind of stopped and he was about to take off and he decided no, and he wants to actually go back and get Baby Yoda, which I wasn't really expecting him to just go off. That was going to be the end of that story. I don't think anyone thought that's what it was going to be. But then he makes his way back to where it was and he sees the actual stroller or hovercraft, whatever you want to call it, that Baby Yoda was in. He sees it out in the trash and he's like, oh, okay, something might have happened. So of course he breaks in and it kind of starts off a pretty interesting sequence where he goes in and he starts killing all the stormtroopers, but they're not really stormtroopers, but they're just people in stormtrooper armor. He starts killing them and he finds that Baby Yoda is actually being tested on, and this guy who's testing on is like begging for his life, and so he takes Baby Yoda, he gets out and he's just trying to get out of there. He gets out of there, but then all the other bounties hunters, they're not of the Mandalorian stature, but it's all like Apollo Creed and all of his people, and they all say he goes to kill him, and it turns out to be a big shootout. And then like out of nowhere, this is something I was not expecting. I thought the Mandalorian was going to get out of the sequence by himself, but then loads of other ones, they all just fly in and they come to rescue him. So everyone's like, oh, you just go on. So the Mandalorian makes his way over the ship holding Baby Yoda, and Apollo Creed pulls out, and then the Mandalorian shoots him in the chest. And I thought, okay, well, I don't think he's dead. They marketed him a lot for this, but of course no, his payment that he got for Baby Yoda was in his chest plate, and that's what he shot, so he was okay. He just peels up. And then the Mandalorian, with Baby Yoda in his ship, he goes up in the air and he's about to fly out. He's flying off, and then the Baby Yoda reaches up to get the little top of the knob again, and he takes it off and he gives it back to him. And I'm like, okay. And I was very interested to see now what's gonna happen now. Of course they're gonna be chasing him, but as well, where's he going? What's his plan now that he has Baby Yoda? Because it's like, I don't understand. I know he wanted to help him, but what's his next plan? I don't think he thought about this, but I'm very interested to see where it does go. And there's a nice little joke for him, and kind of like a Boba Fett joke, where he's up on the ship and then someone else in a Mandalorian armor flies by and he just looks at it and goes, he's got like a jetpack, and goes, yeah, gotta get me one of those. When it comes to episode 3 of The Mandalorian, it was good. It wasn't as good as episode 1. I think episode 1 is still probably the best episode we've gotten so far. It's a lot better than episode 2. Not to say episode 2 was a bad episode by any stretch, but I just kind of found episode 2 to kind of be very underwhelming, especially coming after episode 1. But episode 3, it was good. The action sequence at the end, it felt very much like a TV show kind of action sequence, where in episode 1 it felt like a movie action sequence. I just didn't really get that from this one, but I thought it was interesting, especially because we felt a bit more, because we don't really know much about his character, but Apollo Creed, I just see the actor, I see Apollo Creed, so I kind of put him in that scenario, and I felt a bit more coming, especially because we knew that the Mandalorian, and I really should learn his name, but Apollo Creed, because they are friends, well, friendly, because they are friendly, we feel a lot more within that action sequence rather than the Mandalorian IG-11 just killing a bunch of lads. So I felt a lot more from this action sequence, but I just preferred episode 1's. But if you've seen the episode, which you probably have, it came out over a week ago, let me know what you're tossing down below. I'll be doing episode 4 within the next couple of days. I just haven't watched it yet, but as soon as I do, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to actually review it. So hopefully, I'm thinking that could be maybe Wednesday. I think I'm going to go for Wednesday to get episode 4 out. But if you do want to see that, click subscribe so you can come back and see that. And as always, thanks for watching.